Can you unpack talent retention? How do I keep my team from jumping ship?
Think of it this way. The relationship with their direct boss, relationship with their team, enjoying what they do, and then salary, benefits, and work-life balance. That's the scale they should be looking at. The most important is connection to the direct manager. So I'll explain it a bit deeper. When I think about talent retention and people staying within an organization, one of the spaces that people go to immediately is how much should we pay people, what are their benefits, and what's their work-life balance, and kind of all the attached things around things like benefits, like what kind of learning opportunities they have. All of those things are super important. I'm not going to say that they're not, but I tend to find that those are further down the list. I believe from a talent retention point of view, the number one indicator whether or not someone stays or leaves has to do with their relationship with the direct manager. And it's not like, oh, I love my boss and we're such buddies. In fact, I think that's like the worst space to be in. But more so, it's about how much intention their leader puts into giving them opportunities, giving them clear, direct, and timely feedback that's like actually, actionable. Does their boss coach? Does their boss give them the spotlight? Does their boss put them intentionally into things that are going to help them grow? Does their boss pay attention to them in terms of what they're doing and actually really try and cultivate that, I am trying to help you get along in your career. When someone has a boss that's really invested in them, and again, investment doesn't have to be anything from a financial perspective, but invest time, effort, energy in them, that to me is the greatest indicator of whether or not you can retain someone. The second is someone's connection to their team. Now, again, when I say to their team, I don't mean being within group and everyone's buddy and everyone goes out for beers afterwards. It's not that. More so, is the team that you're working on enable the best level of work that you're able to do or that you've ever done? So does your team actively pull barriers out of the way? Do they communicate well? Does the left hand know what the right hand is doing? Do you collaborate really well? Is that collaboration really organic? Or if it's not organic, is your boss really good at creating inorganic collaboration? So if you're part of a team that enables you to do the best work that you have ever done in your life, you're very unlikely to leave that team. The third thing is about whether or not people actually like what they do. And I know it might sound weird that that's so low down the list, but not everybody loves what they do. And it's this kind of North American fantasy that we have, that we should all have this job that just speaks to our soul. Yes, I would love it if that was true for everybody. But if you're listening to this, I want you to really think, does your job speak to your soul? Amazing. If it does, you are one of very few super, super lucky people, and I'm totally stoked for you. But if not, it's that whether or not you enjoy what you do is usually trumped by people who have a really great boss who's super invested in them and a team that helps them do their best level of work. If you can like what you do, maybe you don't love it, but you like it, that's pretty awesome. And the last thing is pay, benefits, and work-life balance. Paying people fair and equitably is super important. It's best as an organization to do it. Giving them great benefits, really good healthcare, supporting them around childcare, and there's a bunch of stuff that we could do there. And then also work-life balance. But here's the thing: if someone doesn't love what they do and they don't get paid that well, but they have an amazing boss who's super invested in them, so that's a growth opportunity, and they have a team that's totally invested in them and actually helps them do the best work that they're ever going to do, a lot of people will stay in the job. If you flip it, if someone gets paid a ton of money and they like what they do, or if they say they even love what they do, but their boss doesn't give a shit about them and their team actually is puts challenges in their way, they might love what they do, but they're just going to try and do that somewhere else. So from a retention point of view, paying people a ton of money, even if it's something that they like to do, isn't a retention strategy. The retention strategy would be about, how can I make sure that my team is feeling like I'm really invested in them? And how can my team enable the best work that each other's ever done? Those are the two key things. The other two are super nice to have. I want everyone to have them. From a practicality point of view, not everyone has them. So focus on those first two.